Good morning, folks. Welcome back. So today we're going to move beyond the Maelstrom Gate into the water, which means we're going to need something to move around the water in, and I'm thinking a nice small steampunk submarine would be pretty cool to play with. So let's start doing that. I'm going to get rid of our base cube, and I'm going to bring in a person for scale. Okay. And I'm thinking, actually, but before I bring that in, I'm going to make the shape first so I don't have to deal with looking at him. We're going to use random starship, actually, to make our space, or our submarine, our ship. And I think we're going to go with simple, which doesn't look like much yet, but let's get there. First off, static origin mode, I prefer that. I'm going to go with 6 hull sections. This out of the way. And let's see. That gives us a very basic shape, which is what we would expect from simple. Front, back. Back and edge cut of 1. Depth of 0. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if that gives us anything. Still nothing yet there. Okay. Front, back. Should be back taper. Not seeing any change here. Come on. There we go. There's the back. Front scale in, back scale a little wider. Cool. And let's pull this out so we can bridge tolerance. Good. Back Z depth. Yeah, I don't know. I'll try that. Let's see. Let's play around some more. Seeds. Don't want too sharp. That's too spaceship looking. So, alright. Maybe I actually try a different preset to start with. Maybe I'll start with a soft top. Or soft base. That's kind of interesting looking. But we need to get rid of plating on it. 0 plating. Okay, that's kind of nice. Go back to 6 sections. Yeah, alright, this is kind of fun. Maybe a bit more of that. Wings. I'm going to get rid of the small wing count to 0 and the large wing count to 2. Let's see how we feel about that. There's our wing seed, then our hull seeds. That's looking better. More submarine-like. Ooh. That's kind of fun. We might dig on that. Let's see. Maybe take our wings even down to 0. Yeah, okay. That feels kind of submarine-like to me, particularly something we can move on into a steampunk submarine too. Hull looks good. Yeah. No edge cuts. We could try. No. Let's just play with our front back a little bit. Back depth. Pull that out a little further just for fun. It's kind of neat, sure. And Z depth. That in. Yeah. Alright. Maybe we'll use that as our starting point. That looks okay. Let's turn our person back on. Scale looks about right too, actually. We want this to be a small ship because it's going to have to fit in the hull of our airship earlier that they brought with them. So, yeah. And get our mirroring, and let's just see what our quads look like on it. Not the greatest for what I want yet, but not bad. I think I'm going to actually try quad remeshing it, mirroring it, remesh. So that gives us, it's better. I think it's still actually, that's too many still. Let's take it down to 1,000. See, that's too few. No, 1,000 looks pretty good. Nice. Kind of digging that. Okay. So we have that. Let's just turn off sharpness everywhere all around for right now. What do we have if we select that? We get some weird shit going on. And I kind of would like to be able to make some of these like wood panels. So let's see what we can do about that. But I do think it's a neat looking ship. So can this go? Yes. Hide. Cool. And then this also hide. So our front and our back are now separate entities. And which one do we want to be bigger? I think we'll make the LP section, LP section, alt hide. So that's our hull. Cool. Separate piece we can do different things to now. Let's save. New 250715 live stream sub. Cool. All right. So we want to kind of lean into the steampunk sort of Victorian era fantasy of this a little bit. So we want to have some wood, I think. So let's X mirror it that way. Tab and 3. Let's see if we can do this. That. If I do it here, no. Here. Yeah, I don't love it, but okay. Here, no. Here. Let me see it. Here. Cool. Let's get rid of this one and that one. I don't know what this one's coming from. Is that how we want it? Maybe. And then let's do the top one too. And these wings are kind of mess with me. I call them wings, but let's leave them on. I'm changing my mind again. Cool. Now, I want to... What's the best way to do this? Inset. Actually, no. Not inset, just E.025. Cool. Yep. So it goes out like that. Now, scale, individual origins. Let's see. Resize. 0.996 sounds good. Okay. And then Control plus. That goes back to that, and then Control Insert. And now the wings were going to get weird, but E.025. No. Normals 0.025 and S.996. Do we like that? It's going to give us kind of... It's trying for like boards or something. Doesn't exactly work, but I kind of like it anyway. Let's see. Face orientation still looking good on it. It's not awful. We could make that like wood and it would feel reasonably good. Didn't exactly. Let's try the other way first just to see if we like it better. Undo. Everything. Back. Okay, so that's the original. So this option was inset 0.002, maybe a bit more than 2 millimeters. Let's say 0.01. And then E. Great. Alt E, long normals, 0.025. Brings it out. Now we can plus, invert, inset 0.01, extrude out. No, we want to go Alt E, normals 0.025. Okay, that looks a little better. I think it's a little more controlled. And then Q sharpen, and yeah, I think I like that a little more. I wanted it to actually have physical raised planks for whatever reason. I don't know. Just seemed appealing to me. But I'm digging that, so let's do it. Then we'll make the front and the back steel, and we'll probably put some steel on top of the other stuff too. But let's Alt E, or Tab A, Alt E, pseudo faces 0.025. So that brings it out to that. We can even go a little bit further. Let's go to like 0.05. So our front, 0.033. Our front's a little bigger than that. Cool. Into that. And same with the back. 0.033. Yeah. That seems cool to me. Save again. Okay. So I think the entrance is going to be here, like this will pop up kind of vibe. I want to maybe here. Tab 3. Those, yes. And then those, yes. Okay. And settings, turn off dynamic scale and random flow. Extras. I want to, or sorry. Yeah. Extras, utility, is it here? Object, mesh. Where am I here? I forget how you do this in this version. Well, it's just panel screws. Oh, gotta do an edit mode, I think. Yes. Where is it? One. Come on. This is random flow. I just haven't done this little bit of it in a while. I wanted to sort of tag these vertices, but I don't remember how he does it. I think I'm just going to cheat, though, in a minute. Tag verts. There it is. Tag verts. Okay. Cool. Utility. Panel screws. I'm going to go with custom. Round heads. And auxiliary. Tag verts only. And origin verts. Yes. There we go. And then race looks good. Spacing. Sorry. Where is it? Can I go with mesh or with face? No. All verts. Verts, yes. Where is margins? Come on. Edge spacing. 1.1. Does it do it? Yeah, okay, so that does more. We don't want more. 1. We definitely want less. I don't really mind them going to the edge there like that. That's okay. So maybe we'll just do that. Or we can edit, undo history, go back before tag verts. Cool. 2, let's just create an edge loop here, right there, and tag these verts. There we go. Now Shift Q. Panel screws. There we go. Custom round heads. Tag verts only. Perfect. That's what we wanted to do. But I didn't grab the bottom ones. So I'm still not right. Loop cut and slide. Cool. Now 2. We did this one here as well. There and there. 1, and let's untag these verts. And Shift Q, tag verts. There we go. Panel screws, round head, tagged verts. Cool. That's what we wanted. Nice. Now, just kind of looking around, seeing what we want to do to it. We need like a viewport here in the front, which we could either just model ourselves or add on top. Let's try modeling it first. We'll go with that. We like that. Yeah, I think we kind of like that. Let's take it to there and to there. And I'm just going to mirror 2. Okay. And those. Yeah, that looks like a decent viewport. I can live with that. Inset. Select the outer. And sure. Cool. Sharpen those. Good deal. Submarine of some kind, like a steampunk submarine. Sharp, yep. And then normals. Let's bring it back in just a little bit too. Inset our glass. And we'll go ahead and give the glass material now so I don't have to repick it later. Plus, assign, new. I'm just going to call it window. I'm just going to give it a random color so I can see it's there. Cool. Then plus, 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 nope. Cool, and then subtract window from that, yep. Plus assign, we'll call it trim. Just assigning things so I have something to apply it to later. Great. So if you look, yeah, great. Just making our poly groups is another way we could do it, but I kind of often just do it with materials, particularly since I know I'm going to I want them to have separate materials this time anyway. Okay, cool. That's looking good. I'm into that. Hey Patrick, haven't seen you in a bit. How you doing? Let's take this sucker now and tab. Oh, it's just solo, so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Good. And 2. And it's there. And 2, and it's there. Great. I like that. And that. Shift hide. Let's just get rid of other stuff. I don't need the back part. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah. C. Cool, get rid of that. I don't need any of those. That's cool. And then get rid of those. Cool. Now I'll hide. Or shift hide. There we go. And L. Great. Just want that one selected. Right? Yep. Cool. And utility tag verts. That's just the outside ones. We'll get a few weird looking ones there in the middle, but I think that might be kind of fun. Actually, maybe let's not. Let's undo that. Go before tag verts. Cool. So I don't think I actually want those front ones there either, do I? Well, maybe I do. I don't know. Where do I want? I know I want the vertical ones. Let's just see here. I'm going to see if we can do something easier. Can we mirror it? Does it still work? It'll still work once I'm done. That'll just make my life way easier. Cool. And then tab. And now if we select that, that's what we want. Cool. And we don't need anything on the inside here, so we can just come back in and get rid of those. L. No, I still got the whole thing though. Okay. Let's apply it. L. Yep. And L. Great. Cool. Those are the ones we want tagged. Yes. Maybe not these end ones here. Yeah. And I guess I'll just re-mirror probably. Great. Cool. Utility. Oh, we're in edit mode. Tag verts. Panel screws. Round head. Cool. Yep, that works. I'm gonna get rid of one or two of them, but I'm fine with that overall. Let's get rid of this one from near the edge, actually. L, X, vertices gone. Gone. The rest of them look pretty good. Cool. Save. And then I'm just going to merge them. Well, I'll apply that and merge them together to keep our screws in one object right now. Okay, so we get that. Got our screws. Got our back piece here, which we need to add some stuff to. Kind of look like our engine, or where our engine would attach to. Do we want to show a fan, or do you just want to put some kind of a thing on the back? Maybe we'll just do the classic thing on the back. Tab 2. Great. One more, right? Yeah. Great. That's got that whole section now. Good. S mark, sharpen it. Cool. 3L. Oh, I gotta apply it. Oh, yes. There we go. Now we can inset that a little bit. We don't want to select the outer this time. And what I'm actually going to do here, I think, is SY0. Cool. Oh, there's a double section to it, too. Okay. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. Let's just solve this thing. All right, we'll take this L. No, this L and hide it right now. Then we're going to take this face here. Yeah. I didn't mirror, but I will. It's going to make our life easier. We're this way this time, right? Cool. Q, sharpen. Apply that. Tab 3L X faces. Alt hide. There we go. That looks okay to me. Let's just take this L, inset it a bit more, and E, and a bit more. Those are cool engine part now, right? Whatever. Okay. But it feels sort of submarine-y and steampunky, so that's cool. I think we need some portholes, and we need some wrappage probably. Let's see. What would be a good way to do that? Grab this. Insulate. I'm gonna go with the insulate again. To here. and to here. Cool. I can deal with that. All right, we'll change it to... We'll go vertical on this one, here, and here. Ooh, neat. It's kind of neat that it goes outside that, actually. I'm almost into that. That's an interesting... Almost being I am into that. It's a neat look. Okay, so let's take those two. Oh, come on. Did not apply it. Do it again. Can't count the number of times I get ahead of myself with... There we go. Now it's applied. That and this joint together. Thickness is going to be 0.025. So it's, no, maybe a bit more than that. Maybe 0.05. We want it to feel like it's metal this time. And actually, before we do that, we're going to save. We're going to quad remesh it. Because it doesn't need to be that ugly, and that's very ugly. Mirror on X, 1000 should be more than enough. Let's see. Yeah, 1000 is more than enough. Hey, dollar. Let's undo, actually. Let's do less than 1000. Let's take it to 300 and remesh it. Much better. Yeah. Okay. Now, we could take those and Q, add modifier, solidify, out. I don't know how big it is. Doesn't really matter. We said 0.05, right? Yeah, we're in minus game. Cool. And just apply it. All good. We're just working on a submarine, but if you really want to watch it, you can catch up. And sharpen. Okay. So we have those. And I recognize that it's not touching there and there, but we might actually just put some stuff in there. That could be fine too. Let's see if we can't tab and 2R, and edge loop there, and edge loop there, and edge loop there, and an edge loop here. Select all 4 of those edge loops. And extras, utility, tag verts. Utility, panel screws, round head. Booyah! Nothing says steampunk like bolts. That seems like a good number. I'm into that. Save it. Now, we can kind of just start adding some stuff. It's sort of like, it's like spaceships, but not, you know? But a lot of times you can use some of the same parts, just retexture them differently, and it'll look fine. So let's try doing that. Let's actually open up big, medium, small, model shop greebles, and I gotta get these out of the way so I can see. The spaceship kit, kit objects, we're gonna change all the materials so we don't care about any of that, so baked, lowest material possible, and add some greebles. That's a fun looking thing. I like that. I'm gonna go to local RZ90, yes, and scale it down a little bit. Bring it in. Let's see, and go underneath that. It's not a bad idea. It's kind of fun. I like that. Feels like it kind of, let's shrink it just a bit more so we can get it up above the hole and a bit more. Since we don't really care how big it is. And maybe let's pull it back so it's kind of interacting with our engine space just a little bit. Like that. There was water. Yeah, I know, right? It only looked like a giant hole in the ocean. Well, let's say it's going to end up being water forever, but, you know. That looks cool. Now let's actually mirror it. This way, too. Yes. Cool. Like that. Now, let's do some pipes, because pipes are always fun. So we can't throw those here. Scale it way down. Let's see, does that work for us? I think reasonably. I think I can accept that. Cool. I'm gonna turn our guy off now. We know the right scale. Okay. I actually think I want another bolt thing around the other side of this. I keep looking at it and being like, yeah. That. And that. Yeah. And then we don't want it there, or there. Oh, that's just the outside. Yes. Cool. Tag the verts. Add the panel screws. Yeah. I think that helps us more. Okay. Now, we definitely want a porthole somewhere in here, maybe 2 on the side there. And I think we're going to go back to using the window from the Kitbash 3D Steampunk world, because it's just fast and easy to use. Find it. There it is. Bring it in. And RZ90. Scale it down. Quite like. Too deep. Can we narrow it in just a bit? There we go. Yeah, okay. Cool. Let's do that. And here, Alt-X and mirror it. Cool, then grab that, Alt-D. Forward to like there. Gotta pull it out a little bit. Yes, it's about as steampunk as you can get, right? I swear I have not watched Nautilus yet, or whatever that new show is, but I know it's around. Definitely into that. That looks cool. Do we want a third one? Can we push a third one into it? Let's see. I think we can. I think we does. Yes. 3 little windows. And again, person. So that's our scale. So it's tiny, but that's fine. We're looking at, we want it small. These guys are about to be billionaires going down to the bottom of the Titanic. Ooh, that's not right. That doesn't, what happened? Scale, something happened here that screwed this up. This should not have Z on it. That's what happened. We don't want the Z. I was like, that's looking weird, but no, that's better now. No Z mirroring on our hull. Much better. I'm technically not pandering to the Nemo audience, I guess. Is the Nemo audience watching what I do? I don't think I pander well to anybody. I'm not much of a panderer. Let's see. It's gonna be back to man. Yes, the last 2 days were all right, but I just spent a lot of time standing around in a hot warehouse doing not a lot of anything for an AstraZeneca commercial. So it's nice to be back here doing this again today. I mean, I'll take the money. Not that it's amazing money, but I'll take the money. But, meh. Let's do... That feels kind of cool. There. There we go. Go to there. Yeah, let's put that there. All things being equal, I tend to agree with that statement. Yes. There we go. Just extend that down so it's squishes in. Mirror it. Cool. Auxiliary thrusters or some bullshit. I don't know. Okay. Bottom. We want to put some stuff down here. Let's try this. Let's see. Oh, G, good. GZ down. Cool. Something like that. We can just shrink it down, obviously. But I think that'll be good. Cool. And up. Cool. Yep, that looks all right. I'm hoping we can get this sub to look kind of cool and not feel like a spaceship too. Both of those things are moderately important to me. Ooh, yeah. I think we need these. Where do we want them? Here, here. Yeah, we want them up there in the front. Too far, okay. Can't go in everywhere. There we go. But we're just gonna grab it and tab and Shift G coplanar. Yes, E, nice. Yeah, we want that there. Little wart thing sticking off the side of our front. Mirror it. Save. Yes. I'm sensing the true appeal of that sub there. Mm-hmm. Cool. Into that. And let's see. In here, what can I do with these bits here? They're a little ugly. And what that means is we're probably just going to replace them with something that's a little less ugly looking. That tends to be the way. Scale it down. 7:9. We're upside down and look at it. Rotate till we get something that's kind of like that. Cool. That'll work. E. Okay, we have to rotate though. I can live with that. Again, more thrustery type things. Cool. This right here, what can we do with this? Don't like that. That's just a really awkward edge. Can we fix it? Make it less awkward? Maybe. Let's solo. Come in, take a look. That's just a really awkward edge. Go there. One. Get rid of that. Okay. There. Is that a better edge? I mean, it's slightly better. I won't say it's great, but it is a slightly better edge. Still not liking that. Okay. Yeah, one. Need to get rid of that face. Okay. Edge. That goes to there. Okay, and this goes to here. Retopology. It's always fun. Is that better? Just have this, like, unfortunate, we either get an N-gon or a quad or a thing there, but I feel like that's better than it was. And maybe no one but me will notice. Fat chance. Let's see. 2Q. Get rid of the sharp on that. And let's maybe bring in and get rid of the sharp on. I see. I see one of the things that's causing us problems. It's all these weird sharps that don't really belong anywhere. Get rid of that. That's better. And then here, sharp that. Much better. Yes, I thought it was called Nautilus. I've seen the ads for over at my partner's parents' place when the TV's on, but I have not watched it. I swear I have not had intercourse with that TV show. No, wait. So cables are dumb, but we're still going to put a couple in here. Just because they look cool. Cables in a submarine are kind of silly in my opinion, but you know, whatever. There we go. I kind of like the way it looks though. Let's do it over here too. Join. Yeah. External. Yeah, let's put a bunch of external crap where I can get squished by pressure instead of inside the hull. Oh, well. I don't know. What you gonna do? That's working for me. Kind of liking this book. We could put a few more things in here. Let's do that. L. Sharp? Yes. Okay, so it gives us that section. Close enough to what I wanted that we can use it. More random flow. Random tubes. 5 to start with. Yes. I think 5 is a good amount, actually. Let's change our margin just to bring them in a little bit. And auxiliary, yeah. Limit body, okay. That works very well for me. And I think is it mirrored? Yes, it is. Very nice. Save. Seth just hasn't gotten around to it, and probably will switch to Windows 11 just because I have enough Windows software that I don't have a lot of options for work. But I'm going to avoid it as long as possible. I'm not a big fan. I have it on my my Surface actually, but I don't hate it the way people hate it. But I'd rather not use it. So, but they're not going to give me any options, and I'm going to have to take it. So, I'm going to have to suck it up. Oh my goodness. Maybe we do down here. 3. No, here. No. Don't want to go that far, but I do want to go from here to here. Yes. I think. And tubes. Let's see what that gives us. Neat. Yes, like it. Just going to use it as is. There we go. Maybe let's start materializing things a little bit, see what it looks like, and see what if that draws us into doing more stuff. What were we using for our boat? I don't remember. Let's just open up and see. File, open recent. Airship. Do we like the materials on the airship? Let's see. Come on. 8. Render, you bastard. Updating images. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll work. We're using. That's wood planks outer. Okay, cool. F4. Append. Airship. Might just grab all the wood from this in general. Let's see. Material. Wood. We'll grab door and window wood. And wood planks outer because we know we've used both those before quite a bit. Save. Tab A. Cube project. Yeah, smart. Let's try smart first. We might switch to cube. And wood planks outer. take a look. Looks like they're going the wrong way, but all right. Sure. R90. Scale it up. See, that's good. Is it live? Cool. It wasn't when I started this morning, but I thought it would come this morning. Very nice. I will be going to get that afterward. I'm kind of glad it was not up before my stream because it spared me the temptation of trying to use it and seeing just how many things were screwed up. But yes. Okay. Now we get to use my favorite material. We can all say it together at once. Distressed hull. Woo! It's going to go on the insulate spot. And then we'll probably put it on the screws as well. There we go. I always kind of want to say distressed hull like they say, you know, Mortal Kombat in the techno song. Mortal Kombat. Yeah, that's how I want to say distressed hull every time. Distressed hull. There. Maybe. We might change it up on the front and back. Back, I like it though. That does look good. Now we could go with the like copper here, or we could just kind of try to combine this together and see. Yeah, no. See, I like the other one better for that. Which makes me wonder if I'd like it better for some of these other things too. Would I like roof better here? Let's see, is that too... Yeah, not liking that either yet, but I do like it there. So let's just try it on a few places and see. No, we might just leave it there and have it be that on that. We'll see. Everything coming in its place. This could be that though. Let's see. The trim maybe be roof. How's that gonna look? Yeah, okay. I can do that. And does glass show through? I don't know. I might have to deal with the glass later, but glass is always a pain with these things because I really don't want to make the interior. Not super liking distressed hull on the front, but everywhere else I think it's pretty cool. I haven't found what I want it for on the front, and I'm not sure about on these. What did those? Well, okay, these need to be link materials. Great, and cool. Like that. Roof, maybe? Trying to keep some visual interest by changing up the materials slightly every now and then. But yeah, that works too. I like that. Excuse me. Maybe we'll make these the same thing, make them more like curved pipes. than tubes. Yeah. Yeah, boy. All right. Now the front. What are we gonna do with that? Um. I don't hate that. Actually, we need to like Control A. Rotation scale. No. I want to take everything. Well, all transforms. It's okay. Jargon are technical words used in a context where people who are not familiar with that context might not understand. So things like "my normals are facing upward" is jargon. um, yeah, sorry, Michael said the same thing as me. I like that. I think it's a little too much dirt, but I like that. So let's go fix that. Maybe change the color on it too, but I like the idea of it. Dirty yellow paint. Where's my height? Come on. Well, that one's not doing anything. The height comes up in here. Grunge gradient. There we go. Z. Get back down to, yeah, there. That's cool. What if we made it darker instead of this yellow? Let's see. Very cool. Yeah, let's do that. Kind of almost matches the dirt, but that's fine with me. That works. I like that. Now, just to try it, we should always try things. How do we feel with that going the same color? I think so. I kind of like that. Almost, and it unifies it together more. So it feels like the exterior stuff. And it also then highlights those rivets more, which is cool. And for consistency's sake, what if we turned roof to that one since it's similar? Yes, we'll do that. And we'll leave the roof, the copper for the pipes. We're old. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I told you before, I'm 50. So, lived a life. Okay. Liking this. Yeah. Liking this. Let's take this back thing here. I'll give it a new material. And we're just going to make our own, I think, this time. Shading. I want to go find a grate. Where am I at? Here. Textures. Man-made. Grates. Yeah, okay. Yeah. There we go. I guess I got a new, don't I? New. Cool. Great. Smart view project. Unwrap. Yes. Okay. Although this one might need to be cubed. Let's see. What did it actually create it as? Yeah, I'm just going to use cube projection for this part. There we go. Can we scale it? Is it seamless? It's mostly seamless. I'm digging it. Let's go to about there, right? Cool. That way I don't have to show any engine type stuff inside the thing. Just put some bubbles there or some shit later. So, I like our sub. It's plain, like it's not fancy, but I feel like that's okay for what we're doing. And I like the wood quite a bit, actually. I wonder if I want to make the top not wood. I kind of like the wood. I think we're going to keep it with the wood. At least for this round. Bubbles and shit. Yes, that's my jargon. Bubbles and shit. I kind of want to try a volumetric that I have not used before, though, so let's do that. We use Easy Fog just to get the interface together. We're going to go with Godray Fog. Fog it up. And we're going to scale it up by 5, maybe? Yeah. Cool. I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure what this will do. Because I've never actually tried this one before. But I know that there was another one besides the Great Mie, volume scatter, that's supposed to be underwater environments. Yes, there it is. Now, obviously, my light is crap. And I don't think we're going to try to make this, like, realistic underwater. Shockingly, right? But what if we change our... So I got two choices. Well, I know what I'm going to do, I think. World. Let's change the color of the world. Probably less saturation, but darker. Because it comes with lots of good options, and it was cheap. Because speed matters more than could I do it myself. And I can control it here from the control panel, which I like, versus having to jump other places. So that's very... Yeah, okay. Kind of liking it. Let's take it like 3. Yes. And continue changing our world color. Bringing it down. Saturation down. I don't know. Should actually just grab... What I should do is grab an underwater picture and see like what material, what color they're using for it. But I mean, just black, obviously, but... There we go. I did, but if it saves me 10 minutes every time or it saves me, I don't know, 3 minutes every time I do a render, and I'd use it day after day after day after day after day, it's cheap. Time is money. And if I don't have to think about it, it's great. So, okay. I have stopped trying to be cash cheap when it makes sense for me to spend money to make something faster for me. And I have the money to spend. Those are both the two options. I'm going to change. I don't know. We're just going to try and play with this till we get something we like. It's going to be colder. It still feels too bright, though. It definitely does. I hate the principal volume. I almost always use the scatter volume. I've done it by hand many times. But why do I want to? And the other thing, like, this comes with all these cool different variations. Like for this one, yeah, it's kind of silly. There's no real reason. But for these are great, and I use them a lot. So yeah, for just a fog cube, I only used it because I had it. But the other ones, yeah. It's very dark. I might have to bring our density down. That's all right. That's like, I don't know. That's fake TV show water looking to me, I think. Sun. Let's cut it down to 3. Yeah, the less times I have to switch into the shader window, the happier I am. It just takes me out of my flow. I mean, I'll do it, but I don't like it. We want it way too much. It's going to be angled almost down. Okay, cool. Now I can deal with that. That looks kind of neat. Now, yeah. Now, just to put a fucking cube of volumetric fog in there is kind of dumb. But for all the other stuff, it's not. I think it was like $6 or something, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll buy that. Let's do some playing now. We want to make it a little bit weirder in our environment. What do we got? Time-wise, we're doing okay. I want to put some variation of the maelstrom still going on a little bit, which means I want a corkscrew. How would be the best way to do that? Curve spirals. I can never remember which ones are which, honestly. It's a spheric. And mostly I just tweak them till they're where I want them to be. Turns, 5. Okay, so that's I see why that's a spheric. No, we don't want that one. We want logarithmic. Height. A logarithmic is straight. Oh, and we can expand it everywhere. Expansion force. Yes. Yes. Okay. Great. That is what we want. We could add more, and it's just going to get crazy. And that's going, yeah, we don't need it to do that. Although that's, you want to make a black hole, that's kind of fun. Let's just take like 8. And I'm probably just going to scale the whole thing up too. Radius of 3. Height 3. I like the shader editor, but when you're trying to get a stream done, and you can get kind of weirded out by it. I kind of like making shaders on my own as sort of like a zen thing sometimes. Let's go a bit more. Radius of 5. And height times 2. Okay. I like that. Now, how do we want to approach this? Gonna have that there. And we're underwater now. Like that's not gonna be air in the middle. But we could put like bubbles along that maybe. That's a good way to do this. Well, first thing I think I want to do is take my geometry and give it a bevel depth. I'm just trying some things, but let's see what that will do for us. Okay, and I'm going to duplicate it. Well, first I'm going to move it to current. And then I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to turn off spiral 1. And I'm going to convert spiral to mesh. So I have the original spiral in case I need it, but I got that. Now, what happens if I mesh icosphere? I use icosphere so damn seldom. It kind of feels like it's fun when you can. Add an icosphere, yes. Great. Let's move it to bubble. And we're going to shade smooth. I just don't need that extra polys on it. And maybe a glass shader? Let me try just a simple glass shader. Rough glass shader, add a material. All right, okay, sure. Now, let's take this and geoscatter. We're going to scatter our bubble. We want to scatter it, and bubbles kind of look better in groups, so let's do groups of bubbles. Scatter object. And I'm going to turn off the fog. Fog. All fog. There we go. Okay, that's not right yet. But we're getting there. Sure. Scale. I want my random scale factor to be 0.1. Yes. I'm going to bring them down a little bit. Yeah, okay. Cool. Bubbles and shit. Yeah, all right, fine. I think those are too big still. Still got some big-ass bubbles. Just set our default scale to 0.25. Yeah, that's better. And I kind of wish they didn't touch each other quite so much, but see you, Michael. Have a good one. Pattern, right? Yes. Here's a 9 scale. If we adjust our pattern, cool. Detail. Yeah, that's fine. But I think we need more bubbles now. Oh, that was a scale. Don't do that. That's the wrong place. These are the ones we want to play. Times. You know what? Pattern. Let's just see if we turn off pattern. We get, oh, well, a whole lot of fucking bubbles. Pattern on. The scale be bigger on it, that's all. Let's try 1. No. 25. 25 looks good. Way more bubbles than I needed, but you know, it's fine. Alright, I can live with that. I think I can just turn off that and get the bubbles. Yep. We'll turn back on our fog. Is it working for us? I mean, honestly, it's pretty hard to see anything. I don't know that it's working. It's a neat idea. I can't say as I've done a tremendous number of underwater scenes where I've tried to do bubbles before, so, you know, or anything like that. So, without the fog, it's readable, but doesn't give us what we want. I do like the idea, though. I'm going to try something else. We're going to use it, but different. I'm going to turn off geoscatter for right now. Turn back on current. And go back to our original one. Or even just a new spiral. Maybe a new spiral. Let's do that. Okay. By bubble. It's current, yes. Shift A. Curve. Curve spiral. Did I use logarithmic? Yeah. I like it. Let's cut our expanding force down to like 0.1. No, more than that. 1? Okay, 1 is even. That's a neat thing to do. Okay. So if we go less than 1, I just want to see that again. Ooh. That's something to remember we've got. I think that's fun. 0.95. Widens it out more. Yeah. That could actually give us some neat stuff. What if we did a turn of like 3? And cut our expanding force down to 0.9 again. Yeah, okay. That's kind of fun. It's a neat shape. Let's just rotate it x 90 minus 90. And actually, no, it should be 90. Cool. I guess we'll go with it. Courage. Put it here. Cool. And kind of roughly in the center there. And then add, punch it up to like that. Cool. Convert to mesh. And I'm actually going to just join it with that one, right? Yeah. And then edit out, and then just delete this one. And then turn on geoscatter. We got bubbles going along the back like that. That could be fun. Now, ooh, okay, continuing an idea. If we then take this, and I'm just going to solo it, and give it a material. So you're going to get material lab, material section of it anyway. Current shading. Okay. Shift A, search noise texture. Factor into base color. Cool. I'm just gonna color ramp it just to punch it up more too. And solo it. I'll have my light on though. I'm just gonna actually world. Let's duplicate it. And world 1's gonna be bright again. And light. Okay. Good deal. Now, mapping, scale. Let's scale our, first off, our noise texture. So we get a lot more. I just want to be able to see what I'm getting. Cool. Now, X or Y. Oh, 0.1. 1. Can I map along the UV? Yes. Yes, I can. 0.01. No, 0.1. If that's smaller. That. Yes. Something like that. Okay. Then we made that also our alpha. And base color we made like a light. See what that looks like. Fun. And this alpha, let's cut it down more. We want it to be like a current thing that we're seeing. Tremendous. Nice. I don't know. Let's see. On solo, turn back on our fog, go back to our world, and pick the other one. Maybe. Still not 100% into this. But, I don't know, like I'm enjoying trying it. But maybe we won't mess too much with it right now. One other thing I want to try, it's kind of different. I'm just looking for a visual idea, I think, that keeps the metaphor I'm going for there. And that could be lots of things. vortex trails is fun. Let's see. Current. Get rid of that. This one. Give it vortex trails? Let's see what that'll look like. Oh, curse you. Yeah, I want that object. Link, copy modifiers. This to this. Oh, I gotta realize it, don't I? Make instances real. Cool. Goodbye. This. Okay, so this to this. Link, copy modifiers. Yes. This, delete. This bad boy here, let's see. Density. Angle. Change anything we care about? No. Vector. I'll keep it in. Mesh has no what? No faces for material assignment. Let's see. Let's look and see what this thing's doing. Geometry nodes. Points on faces, yes. Come on. Whoever made these things is just not great at this sort of stuff, but they were cheap, so what are you gonna do? You know? Points to curves, curves to mesh. Come on. Can't tell if it's doing anything. It's throwing a bunch of lines on there, but I don't know what those are. Scale. That's just scaling that out. That would be what I want if I could make it actually show something, but I don't know that it's actually even creating anything. Let's see. That's wrong. I deleted the other spiral, didn't I? Yeah. I don't know. This would really work if it would really work. Let's try getting rid of that one. See if Magic Particles does something here. Collection. This is real. This, link, copy modifiers. Get rid of our get rid of our monkey. This thing. Instant object. Where's object 9.1? I see. What a lot of garbage. But maybe. Density. Cool. Let's look at object 9.1. What's its material? What are you? Yes, that's what you are. But your color is all fucked up. I think this might have worked in an older version that they then... Let's see. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I might just undo back. Undo history. Back to before the icosphere. All that. Bye. Might not worry about it today. Because we're already after 9. And I just don't think it's coming together nicely. Current off. Where's our boat? There we go. I don't mind our ship. In fact, we got something I like out of that. But I don't feel like we've gotten the other stuff yet. I'm just trying to think what I would want to use if there was anything. Energy gen could work. One more time we'll play with it. And if we don't get something soon, we're just going to kind of go with it. See, make sure edit, undo history. Can I go back? No, I'm done. Okay. Current. I do have my spiral though. Good. Let's see that first spiral and give it an energy gen. See if that actually gives us something. Where's that coming from? Is it only coming from the starting point? What garbage is that? Alright, I see. Start radius, end radius. You just remake it. Height. Great. Don't really know why it's giving us both. That's just bizarre. Start radius is bigger. Cool. I'm actually just going to put it on a point, though, I think. I'm just generating something off of nothing. Or edit it. Geometry node. Where are we? Where's the original geometry? God, this thing's huge. Whatever. I don't want this thing to show. I'll just turn this off. Tab A X faces on. Yep, there we go. Goodbye. So we feel about that. And that looks good. Actually, kind of neat. I don't like the glowy bits at the start. If we just take it down further, so we don't see it. rotations 10, and radius bigger, height more. There we go. That's looking better. I think that's getting us somewhere. Yeah. Actually, don't need to go so far on a height of 15. Or 20. Let's see. Radius 1. Is that the individual thing? What's that? What have I done? Oh, it's made that. I see. 0.5. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Kind of liking it. I think we'll call it. And getting those actually look like decent bubbles, weirdly. It kind of seems to have done what I needed it to do. Just give us that kind of level of interest in our space. Yeah. So we made ourselves a submarine. We put it in an undersea environment. We are moving forward to the next section of our story. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I appreciate it. And I will be back again tomorrow for some more stuff using Blender 4.5 so we can listen to me curse at new things when it doesn't work right. Should be fun. Anyway,